Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more ranked Dota Underlords, currently in Lord of Whitespire around rank 300 something, so pretty high up there. Hopefully we can keep on climbing. This first pack, not so great. I'm kind of inclined to take Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter's been moving up in my estimation in the new meta here because Assassins have been recently buffed where their crit now wounds the target and prevents them from being healed or reduces the healing. And also, we get a slight shift back towards the 3-star meta because of the increased chances of 3-cost units. It's easier to get them up to 3-star nowadays, and that really benefits Scrappies in particular because they're really good at 3-star, specifically Clockwork and Tinker. So the meta definitely has slightly shifted towards them and Assassins as well. So Bounty Hunter kind of checks both those boxes. This first item choice, nothing great. I'll pick up a Blightstone, which is pretty reasonable in the early game and just scales better the later you go, the armor reduction, especially if you have a lot of physical damage on your team, like an Assassin would, as opposed to, say, Mages. Second pack, not too much better. Tiny's probably the best pickup here. Tiny plus Razor. They don't really play well with Assassins. Primordial Assassins is a good build, but it doesn't really use Bounty Hunter because Bounty Hunter is much more about the auto attacks, much more about the alliances that he provides, and his Shuriken's fine, but it's not an AoE effect. It's just a single target magic damage burst, which I guess, I mean, at 2-star, Bounty Hunter can still be played in pretty much any build up till round 15 to 20-ish, but then you're going to be looking to replace him. Alright, we already have one Blightstone. They do stack, so if I got 2 of them, I could give one target -6 armor, but I think I'm going to pick up the Hood of Defiance, which gives me a little bit of insulation against magic damage, and it's really strong in the late game against any kind of magic lineup where you can slap it on some like individually strong carry. I mean, even somebody like Morphling, who deals a lot of damage on his own, he just needs to survive to be able to do it, to cast multiple waveforms. So getting somebody like giving Morphling like this immunity, well, it's not a magic immunity, but it's a heavy magic reduction, so he's going to be pretty slippery and hard to lock down, and it can do lots of damage. Works well with other like demons as well, Doom, Chaos Knight, things of that nature. Really good to put Hood of Defiance on because they don't need like an attack damage or an attack speed item to be a big carry. Definitely picking up Morphling because we already have the Primordials, and pick up Venomancer because he's just one of the best. And to kind of complement the Hood of Defiance, we'll just round out our defensive suite here with Chainmail. So now we've got good magic and physical damage reduction options. The magic damage reduction will normally go on a carry unit that deals more damage, and the physical damage will be on a tank who's a bit more up front. Although in the early game here, I'm going to swap those roles because in the early game, physical damage is much more prevalent than magical damage is, and I really want to keep Morphling alive for as long as possible because he's going to deal a lot more damage over time than Tiny will due to multiple cast of waveforms, so I want to make sure Morphling is the most survivable. Arguably, I should have swapped Bounty Hunter and Windranger. They're kind of close. Bounty Hunter's been buffed a couple of times. They have a just about equal DPS, just on their own merits, 60 versus 61. Bounty Hunter, I think I value his ultimate a little bit more because it's like a single target, just kill that target. Whereas Windranger's like tickle everybody on their team, right? And like deal 200, spread out. Doesn't really kill anybody, whereas Bounty Hunter deals a bigger chunk to just one target, which is a little bit better to just eliminate them from the fight. We lost anyway, since we don't have anything start up here at the moment. But we've picked up a 2-star Windranger. Okay, well that definitely changes some things. So I'm going to give her the Hood of Defiance because I don't want her to get hit by some stray magic damage. And she's not going to be really frontlining like I would want Morphling, so she doesn't really need the Chainmail. What else do we want? I mean, Venomancer, Tusk, and then probably, I don't really want these other 2 options. I'm just going to use our free reroll if we lose. I don't think we're going to lose, though. I think we can win this. This Windranger is going to pull a lot of weight, just as a good standalone unit. So does Bounty Hunter. Alright, so we do win this, so we don't need to use the reroll just yet. So we will pick up actually I want to pick up Luna rather than Axe. We'll get the 1 gold for winning here in a second. And yeah, so kind of a mishmash of different ideas here, but The one strong thing we have is a 2-star hunter, so maybe we look a bit more towards hunters. The Blightstone is particularly good in a hunter's build because all of the damage coming out of hunters is going to be physical, or at least most of it, from just auto attacks. But now we've got a pair of Morphlings and a pair of Bloodseekers. Treant Protector's fine, but I'm not thrilled about playing Elusives in the current meta, so I'm not sure. Pick up the pair of Bloodseekers. I think we might lose this. They've got a pretty decent build. Lycan is just really strong at this point in the game. Yeah. Alright, let's use our free reroll before it goes away. There's a 2-star Morphling. Okay, so I think no matter what, we're not going to be playing with Luna. And another Windranger. Let's get rid of the Razor for another Windranger. So, oh, and a Queen of Pain. You know, I'm going to get rid of these Savages as well for the Queen of Pain. I just realized that we have... I missed a Queen of Pain earlier, didn't I? That I now have 3 Assassins, and maybe that's reasonable to play like Assassins for a bit. Or we're just going to get infinite Windrangers. Are we just going to have like a 3-star Windranger before anything else? And there's Crystal Maidens and Pucks here. There's a lot going on. I'm not a huge fan of Hunters. Or Bloodseeker. I'm just going to sell those off. Get up to 10 gold. I'm a little bit... Generally by around 6 or 7 is when I really want to get up to 10 gold. And I'm a little bit scared if I'm not up there at that point. So, yeah. Because of all these mages, I'm like kind of thinking, and we have the 2-star Morphling, maybe like a Primordial Assassin type build, or I just don't know how we would fit Windranger Hunters in, because we don't have anything else to go with Hunters. We haven't seen any other Hunter, not really even at 1-star, let alone at 2-star. So there's like a Pudge which goes in Hunters, but there's also a Viper. I think Primordial Assassins, like a Primordial Assassin Mage build, looks a little bit more appealing than Hunters, even though we have this Windranger. So I'm just going to sell these off, get up to 9 gold, and hope we win here to grab the 10 gold for interest. If we don't win, it kind of stinks. I think we beat this. 2-star Slarder is really hard to beat, though. We get somebody on Venomancer, we're good. As long as we can take down that Venomancer, that's like most of their sustained damage. We take them down real quick, so we're good. Okay, so we get that win. Now I can pick up the Viper. I don't need to use the free reroll. I guess we can hold our options open towards Hunters with like a Pudge. Pudge is good in Hunters because he gives you the Heartless bonus along with Drow Ranger, and Drow Ranger is a pretty prominent Hunter, and you kind of need the front line and the CC, and his ability also kind of forces some single target action, which is what you really want all of your Hunters to kind of focus fire on the one target that he hooks in to get rid of him real quick. Okay, so here's Beastmaster. I like him towards Hunters. Juggernaut as well. There's also Phantom Assassin. That's not great. Just throw in Tiny at the moment. Just grab our interest here, and I guess make this swap. If I can get that swapped over in time. Not even close. All right, sweet. Probably gonna lose this. They got a lot of 2-stars. A little bit more than I like to see. No, actually we got this. Okay, those... Wait, maybe. He's got a Helmly Undying. Oh, okay. The Eidolon saved us by just tanking for an extra second. Alright, let's pick up... just pick up all these. Keep our options open. I'm probably going to need to sell off a lot here in a moment to get back up to interest, because like we're going to be a little bit low in net worth. Even though we are win streaking, we're a little bit low in net worth. So we just have not been grabbing interest, we've been buying units. Really nothing here that pulls me in any direction. I think the Primordial Mage Assassin kind of build is a little bit stronger than a Hunter's build at the moment, and we're a little bit closer to that. So I'm just going to sell off these Hunters and and some of the Assassins too to get up to 20 gold. I think that build's just kind of stronger running these Assassins. and eventually into mages, because we also have double Crystal Maiden, who's really strong towards mages at the moment. And we're up to 20 gold on round 10. It's a little bit late. We're a couple gold down from where I think we could be. This person is up to 64 gold, which is absurd, but they have 0 bench, so I'm pretty happy having my units on my bench. And we got a free reroll banked up here. Probably going to use it on this turn. Or how much are we going to get? We're going to get 7 gold. 8. No, probably not going to use it. I can just sell Bounty Hunter and get up to 29 gold. And then if we win, awesome. And we get 30 gold of interest. There's a Summoning Stone. That's like one of the best items in the game. Particularly good with Primordials and their spawned Eidolons. Also good with Arc Warden, who's a really prominent Primordial. So yeah, I'm just going to sell this Bounty Hunter, get to 29. If we win, awesome, we get up to 30 gold for interest. If not, it's whatever. We don't get 30 gold of interest. We lose a gold. But I'm not going to sell any of my mages here, because these are like kind of premium mages. If we get them to 2-star and can throw them in, that'd be awesome. Second Queen of Pain and Tiny after interest locks in. And I don't know if we beat this or not. I think we do. They got a lot of Venomancers. Do they have a Summoning Stone? Who is this? We're dead. That Witch Doctor, though. They do not have a Summoning Stone. Interesting. They seem really strong. Alright, let's use our free reroll. I guess Ogre. It's unfortunate we've seen a second Lycan and a second Juggernaut, which are really good into like a Hunter Brawny kind of build. But I don't think we're going that way. But there's a Viper. I think I just wait till interest locks in, because once again, I'm low on gold. My net worth is pretty, well, it's not very low. I guess it's second lowest in the game, which is not great. Some people are up to 50 gold, 40 gold. I'm not. There's no sense in buying this Viper and using a free reroll right away. That like has the potential to maybe find me an upgrade, which maybe gets me the win over the loss. That's a lot of maybes to get 1 more gold when I can just say, I'll just wait. I might take some extra damage because I wait, but I'll definitely get the gold. And to me, that's okay. I only lost by 1 unit too. They had so many spawns, but let's use the free reroll before it goes away. A second Ogre. I'm not really interested in like going into Venomancer, Nature's Prophet. What are they? D1. They have double Summoning Stone? Oh god, get out of here. And they had the Primordial buff, they had the Lycan, they had the Venomancer. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Alright, a 2-star Viper. That's really big. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just level up to 6. Throw in the Puck so that we can get the Dragon buff, which is like a really big... You know, that's really big with the Viper, because now he has the Corrosive Skin. And to make sure I grab interest, I'm just going to sell off Ogre Magi's. Ogre is probably one of the worst mages in the game, certainly for like a magic damage focused mage comp. If you have a big time contract or something along those lines, then yeah, it's a little bit better, because he's a mage and he enables that, but otherwise he's kind of worthless. But getting the extra gold of interest is important here, just to stay at 30 gold threshold. We got the win, so we don't need to reroll right away. And these Crystal Maidens are kind of been burning a hole in our pocket. Like, we've paid quite a bit of extra gold for it because we've kind of missed out on some interest from not having the 6 gold right there. I'm okay with that because she's going to be really valuable later on, and having a pair of her already is fine by me. So here, same logic. I'm still just going to hold on to this reroll because I don't want to spend gold. Like, I don't want to... Like, I don't know. Maybe I could reroll. You know what? I am going to reroll. Because if I hit that, if I hit like an upgraded Tiny or Queen of Pain, that has like a higher odds of winning me the round than I would have without it. And because I have so, like, these are big upgrades, right? And right now I'm like kind of like skeptical whether or not I can win the round because I'm like, I'm not hugely ahead. But if I got one of those 2 upgrades, I'd be like a lot more confident. Still probably lose to this opponent. Right, actually I'm gonna lose. I actually see if I would have had one of those upgrades, maybe I win this fight because it's so close. And then I thought, okay, well that's going to be a higher odds that I roll into one of these and then hit the upgrade and then win the round, as opposed to not re-roll into something and win the round on my own merits, which I just don't feel like is very likely, given how weak I think we relatively are. And then that would get me the 1 extra gold that I would that I'd potentially be missing out on. So Sand King's fine here. I'm not close to an interest threshold, so I'm going to just reroll, and we just get exactly what I was talking about, but a round late. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, things are starting to look pretty good. Definitely want to fit in. What do we want to fit in? So I want to get up to 3 mages, but I only have like 2 mages, right? Because I'm not using Razor. That's okay. Razor kind of stinks. And he's only really useful if you're going to go up to 6 mages, or you want... I guess we do want 4 primordials, right? Because we have the summoning stone. So maybe we'll be on the lookout for some Razors. But we probably want to replace Razor at some point in the future, because he's not that great of a mage. He just doesn't deal a lot of damage. His numbers are just pretty low. There's a big-time contract. We got rid of the Ogre Magi's, and... Is that better than a target buddy? I don't know. We kind of lack frontline. You know what? I'm going to pick up the big-time contract on the assumption that we can hopefully get an Arc Warden and get an Ogre Magi in here to trigger it. In the meantime, it'll just be a Vitality booster for, I guess, Queen of Pain. She'll be one of our highest damage dealers, so we want that little bit of extra survivability on her, as opposed to, say, like Puck or Tiny, who's like... Tiny's just there to tank for a little bit, get 1 toss off, and then die. So making him survive an extra couple autos is not that big a deal. Maybe we should have sold off the Sand King, but I felt like pretty confident that we can win these fights. I don't know, maybe I should have sold off Sand King. So if I lose these fights, it's gonna stink. Because like I'm gonna not get interest. I think we're gonna win this fight though. Okay. Whew. A little bit close. I probably should have sold off Sand King though, to be safe, and grab 50 gold interest. Anyway, Sand King is normally used in this build as like either Queen of Pain or Sand King. Queen of Pain if you're close to 3-starring her, but on equal levels, Sand King's better at 2-star to 2-star comparison. I think we want to level up here. People typically level on this level, or this round, sorry, level to 7. But like, what do I put in? Like the Sand King. I can't get up to 3 mages. I don't have a 2-star to put in. You know, I'll wait. I'll wait a second. I'll wait till next round. It's not the worst. Typically people will level, like you see 5 out of 8, which is actually a low number in my opinion. Like I would normally expect 7 out of 8, or at least 6 out of 8 to have leveled up here. But apparently some other people have the same kind of ideas as us, that they'd rather hold off. This guy has a 3-star axe. That's, oh boy. That's rough. Alright, I think I'm going to pump in the gold to level here, though, so that we get to roll on the higher table this next turn. We have the higher odds, the 10% odds of finding the tier 4 units. And maybe it's the Crystal Maiden, actually. I kind of want to find another mage so I can replace this Wind Ranger with the mage buff. Just so that our magic damage deals a bunch more, but no mages to be found. Well, let's use our free reroll. I guess we've seen a number of Lena's, right? Lena is like not my favorite mage by any stretch of the imagination. Actually maybe better than Tiny, given the situation. Tiny's okay, but he doesn't deal magic damage. I guess he makes primordials. But Wind Ranger actually has a pretty decent... This is a magic damage ultimate, which now benefits from the mage buff, so... I'll pick it up. I'll give it both a shot. I think we win this. He gets 1 more ult off and just wipes everyone. Yes! Love Morphling. Not really a fan of Lena long term. She just deals single target damage, and generally you only play her if you go up to 6 mages. Which is definitely like a strategy that's popular in the meta nowadays, is to go up to 6 mages. But we kind of need like Keeper of Light before we can like really start to commit to that direction. In the meantime, we're getting like more Pucks, Vipers, Queens of Pain. They kind of like put me off of going that direction. And we have the Summoning Stone, which kind of makes me want to stay with the Primordial type build, which doesn't necessarily allow you to go up to that many mages if you also want to, you know, have dragons and you want to have primordials and whatnot. Buy that Queen of Pain here after combat and get rid of I don't know, we'll just throw somebody out on the board temporarily, and then hopefully we can get something paired up and completed so we don't need to sell off anything. We probably don't need Sand King if we're going towards 3-star Queen of Pain, but just having one extra here does not tell me that, oh yeah, it's time to go for 3-star Queen of Pain just yet. If I get like, I don't know, if I get another Queen of Pain in the next round or two, then maybe I go that direction, but if not, maybe we still try to hold on to Sand King. There's a Morphling that clears up the bench spot, perfect. Now, there's also the argument that I kind of want Ogre Magi in here just to complete the Bloodbound alliance. And I'm definitely like sympathetic to that. Probably better than Lena, where we're going. And this probably puts us off of going that 6 mages strategy, but I was kind of not inclined to do that anyway, given the start. If I had a bit more, I don't know, what would cause me to go to 6 mages? Well, if I didn't have Viper already, because I think Vipers are really big. I guess Viper also goes into 6 mages too. He can be decent there. I'm going to lose this, aren't I? How much health did he have? 24. Alright. Well, maybe that gives us slightly higher odds of finding another big-time contract, which would be great. I would take another big-time contract. I would be pretty happy with that. Nope. We get garbage. Well, Sacred Relic's okay. Typically, it's not good in this build, which is focused on magic damage and mana and casting, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, there's the Crystal Maiden. There's a Queen of Pain. I think I do want to level up here. It's going to cost me a little bit of gold on interest. Just 1 gold on interest. And probably put another Morphling in. Just because we have him to 2-star. And let's stay a bit more spread out. I still don't have a 2-star Puck. That's an important part. It's an important thing. For the extra magic damage output. I could have put in the Tiny to grab the Primordial buff again. Not a big fan of that option. Wait, how did my Morphlings not cast at all? Neither of them cast. Were they really... That taunt is only supposed to last 3 seconds. Neither... Oh no, one of them cast. Huh. I feel like that taunt was a lot longer than 3 seconds. So I don't really think they got all burst down in 3 seconds. I don't know. Anyway. Another Morphling. Free reroll. Still at 50 gold. Don't need any of these. Kunkka's lost a lot of his Luster and Mage builds because his ult deals a lot less damage nowadays. I'm actually going to spread out a bit more so we hopefully don't get crushed by that, by a similar kind of AoE taunt effect. And there's no reason to be bunched up given the build. All of our units are pretty self-sustaining. Alright, I think we lose this. Yeah, Wind Ranger's not going to get it done. That's a 2-star Doom on round 22. That's pretty strong. Alright, we're getting a little bit low on life here. About at 50. We're about middle of the pack. I don't feel like we're like infinitely far behind everybody else. I think we're still fine. We're pretty close to Morphling 3, which is going to be a huge upgrade. So many Lycans, which are good with our Summoning Stone, but not in our build, which is really unfortunate, because I love Lycan a lot. Hey, there's our Puck. Okay, so those are some good upgrades. We got one closer to the Morphling, got our Puck, working towards that on 3-star. We've got the Queens of Pain, which means I'm a little bit less inclined to ever go for Sand King, given the situation. So I'm like a little bit open to ditching Sand King. Actually, like, maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's better... Nah, Wind Ranger did a lot of damage. I was going to say, like, maybe it's better to put Tiny in over Wind Ranger. And then she goes and gets an ult like that, and she deals top damage, and Tiny looks a lot less appealing. He'll still come in whenever we want the 4 Primordial buff. If we want the... I mean, we kind of want it because we got the Summoning Stone, right? We're not taking advantage of that at all right now, I guess. It's not ideal. Yeah, we could have definitely played this game very differently. After we got the Summoning Stone and the big time contract, we could have gone towards like a Savage's spawner build. Lycan and Lone Druid, and still trying to find Arc Warden, of course. Somebody has Techie's 2-star? Say what? Who is that? Where's the Techie's 2-star? In, of course, the 6 scrappy 4 inventor build. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this guy to find the extra Tiny, and that's... Okay, this isn't the person with it, never mind. I was like, oh, is this the person with the 2-star techies? Nope. That's good. Don't think we win this. Maybe? Nope. Alright, Puck, you got this. 1v1. Puck doesn't got this. Okay, I don't know how we're ever going to beat 2-star techies at this point in the game. It'll be tough. Alright, so we're going to do a creep round on the round 25. I think we're just going to level up to 9 here after the combat on the next round, and then hopefully reroll a lot and try to find some other upgrades. Let's just pump our gold in. And so what do we really want here? We want to put in the Tiny, and then if we find like Razor Arc Warden or like Enigma Arc Warden, ideally, because we don't really want Razor, he kind of stinks, to get the 4 Primordials. Or alternatively, maybe we find like Dragon Knight or something. 2-star Dragon Knight would deal lots of damage. But we definitely want to find 3-star Morphling. We want to find... Probably want to replace Wind Ranger. She'll be able to be replaced with, you know, another 2-star Viper or 2-star Queen of Pain or something along those lines. She's definitely losing her worth or usefulness at this point. Alright, pump gold in, throw in the Tiny. I'm going to throw Tiny, I guess, front and center here. I'm going to spread out my Morphlings, actually. And let's just use the free reroll right now while people are waiting. And, alright. So we're pretty close to these other upgrades, but we're not really close to any more alliances. Now that we've got the Primordial active, we would need 2 things to get up to the 4. Of course, we'll be looking for Arc Warden, who would be a very good carrier of the big time contract, because Ogre Magi is intended to die off right away, or at least very shortly into the fight. Mask of Madness, not in this build. Not what we need in this build. Vanguard, not really what we need, but probably our best option. I don't think we need a second Sacred Relic. We're not really attack damage focused. That's okay. We can make our Morphling pretty tanky, especially if we can, you know, hopefully get one up to 3 stars here. I kind of want that Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's like definitely just better than Wind Ranger, just straight up. I'm just gonna sell off this extra Puck. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have sold off the Queens of Pain. Oh well. Anyway, Gyrocopter is just like strictly better than Wind Ranger at this point. Deals like roughly the same auto attack damage, but a much higher damage ultimate. And is much tankier. And this person has 3 stars on everything. I guess that's fair because they're still at level 7. They've been rerolling a lot more at level 7 than we have, because we've been leveling up. 3-star Beastmaster Axe. Witch Doctor. Seems good. Picked up the Sand Kings for the same reason about the Queen of Pain earlier, that we're like looking to replace the Queen of Pain if we find a 2-star Sand King. What's the damage on that? Queen of Pain was top damage. Well, Sand King would probably be roughly comparable. Gyrocopter second rose. There's the Arc Warden. Nice. There's the Sand King. Okay. There's more Sand Kings, more Arc Wardens. Alright, I'm just going to sell off Queens of Pain here. We'll put the big time contract on the Sand King? I don't know, that seems a little weird. Oh no, on the Arc Warden. Duh. Oh crap, I'm out of time. Ugh. Alright, well, we might have messed up this round slightly. And this comp isn't bad. This comp isn't bad. It could have been better. It could be a slightly better, but whatever. It's not like really a garbage composition here. It's whatever. I think we win this. Yeah. Okay. So I want to swap in somebody for Arc Warden. Who do I want for Arc Warden? One of the Morphlings? Not the Gyro, right? Oh, probably the Tiny, right? Until we get up to 3-star Tiny. Or up to 4 Primordials. I don't even know if we go to 4 Primordials, really. It may just be that we want to throw in, like, just keep 2 Primordials, throw in, like, Dragon Knight as once we combine the Morphlings. Assuming we get to 2-star. There's the Arc Warden. Not really interested in Sand King 3-star. Yeah, I probably should have kept those pucks earlier. You know what? No, I want to reroll a bit more. I want to find that Morphling. No. Okay, I'm gonna solve the Tiny. We're just gonna go with that direction. We're gonna keep the Gyrocopter in. Gonna keep the Arc Warden. Keep this build, and just when we combine Morphlings into a 3-star, we hopefully put in a 2-star Dragon Knight instead of going up to 4 Primordials. There's just not as much reward for 4 Primordials as I'd like it to be, especially because we don't have Razor or an Enigma. Okay, we're gonna lose this, but not by a ton, so it's whatever. We've got a lot of upgrades still. Just around the corner here, the Morphling, Viper, Puck are like realistic to get to 3-star. Gyrocopter, top damage, man. Love me some Gyrocopter. Getting a little bit low on life, so I'm gonna be a bit more aggressive in rerolling here, trying to find that upgrade. I don't want Arc Warden. Lich. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to put in Lich over the Bloodbound, and we're just going to put this bonus health back there. I think Lich and his Mage Ace effect is just so much more powerful than like a little bit of extra damage from Arc Warden, especially because we don't have too many more. And I think it'll net out be stronger, and also we have a reasonably good item to put on. The Blightstone's fine because it does stack. Basically, both copies are going to apply the minus armor, so that whoever he's attacking gets -6 armor, which is something. It's not insane. I could also give him this Sacred Relic. Maybe that's better. So we get 2 Sacred Relics. Actually, I can math this out, right? Hey, there's the Morphling. Perfect. So until we get the Dragon Knight, I think just a second Viper makes the most sense. Until we get a 2-star Dragon Knight. Or maybe you want to like grab like Tidehunter or something along those lines. I'm not sure. Let me think. So -3 armor does about 17-ish% damage increase. Just like a ballpark. Against like 5 armor targets, which most units just have 5 armor unless modified. So 17% is about 35 damage, maybe 40 damage plus on each Tempest level, but it also amplifies everybody else. So instead of that, I'm getting slightly more damage by multiplying this, but I don't apply it to everyone else. Okay, so I think Blightstone's probably better. I think Blightstone's probably a bit better just for overall purposes. We actually beat these creeps. That's amazing. I very rarely beat these creeps as like a mage-focused build. Those creeps are hard to beat as a mage build. We get a Refresher Orb, which is great on our Sand King. I also want to pick up this Tidehunter, right? If we get a 2-star Tidehunter, that would be sweet. Over like Dragon Knight or Second Viper or something. Don't need Ogre Magi's. We got off that train. I'm about to sell them off, actually. There's the Viper. Now we're just going to roll down to 0. Hopefully find Viper 3. No, but we found another Tide Hunter. Yeah, you know, I think we need more, like, control, like, more CC effects rather than more damage. We do have the Gyrocopter. So if we don't win here, I'm just going to sell off the Dragonite to pick up the Tide Hunter to do that purpose. To get that extra control, that extra CC. Uh-oh. I got a Tombstone, which is really doing a number against us. Jeez. That hurt. Alright. This game's really close. Okay, first place person's a bit ahead, but everyone else is like second. Second place went from 21 in second place to 7th in one fight. Oh my goodness. That just shows you how close this game is. That's why I've been rerolling aggressively here, is like, you can't mess around with this. Alright, there's the Tide Hunter. I think Tide Hunter is a better candidate for Refresher Orb. Let's get this Hood of Defiance over on Sand King, so hopefully he gets a second cast off, and then pick up the puck. Alright, getting close to upgrading everything else. The Viper, the puck, and yeah, so I don't know if we're going to be able to win this game, or we might just get 6th. Like, it's so close. It's so hard to tell. Oh boy. I think we got this one. This fight at least. Yes, just barely. Whew. Like, it could have gone the other way, though, if different casts were in different spots. Our Gyrocopter ulted just a single lone or Crystal Maiden off on the side. That was unfortunate. He did very little damage there. Our Tide Hunter wasn't in the best spot to ult, but he worked. Alright, let's do a quick scouting round here, assuming I don't need to like reroll much. I guess I can reroll once or twice here. Trying to find that Viper. Okay, no. So let's do a quick scouting to see where the best placement for Tide Hunter is. Okay, not where he's at right now. Well, against this person it's worse. You know what, let's just leave it like this. Did I successfully predict who we were playing against? Yes, I successfully predicted who we were playing against. It was totally random. I'm just like, what is the worst case scenario? I just did not want him in front of this target buddy. That was the main thing. I did not want him in front of target buddy. And then against the other lineups, like, it was fine if he was over a spot or two. Whoo, boy. That was good. All right, so we got that win. And this probably knocks him out, too. Oh, no, they had an Aegis. Okay. I don't think you generally don't play the same person twice in a row, though. But I guess that's possible. So I'm going to scout out everybody else here and see if there's a new optimal placement. There's a puck. And then I'm going to... Oh, there's a Gyrocopter. All right, I'll hold off for that. I'm not going to... Hopefully we win. And I can reroll. Okay, this is where we just played. This is the other person who... This is a better spot for him. That's us. And over here, it's like... It's kind of irrelevant where we put it. I think we just lose to this person no matter what. Okay. I moved the Crystal Maiden over to kind of spread out just a bit. So if there's a disruptor, hopefully it doesn't. If it's Gyrocopter or Crystal Maiden, it doesn't hit the other. Whoa, Tide Hunter, what are you doing there, buddy? I think he was getting chain interrupted by that clockwork. He has like a very slight animation time, and the 3-star clockwork was just pinging him over and over again. That was unfortunate. He only got one cast off, though. Alright, so we lost, but we didn't get eliminated, so that's good. I think that means I lock this, because it's a creep round coming up. So my plan is I'm going to buy the Gyrocopter, and then after the creep round will be unlocked, and then we'll have a couple rerolls to find the Gyro, Puck, and Viper upgrades after the creep round here. I guess I can just buy it right now, because it doesn't really matter. I didn't have interest, I mean. So that's the plan. Here is, hopefully, you know, we'll beat the dragon, and then I don't want to use the reroll just yet, because what if I find Viper or Gyrocopter? I don't want to have to lock for it. I'd rather just, you know, find it after I get my money. It's the same odds, so. And then we can reroll once we have our money. This is a close game, though. I mean, the first place person's probably well decided at this point. But the other three, we could be fourth or second. Fourth, second, or third, even. Alright, so here we gotta do our rerolls and buys real quick and then scout out optimal position for Tidehunter and Sand King. These all stink. I guess Dagon. We don't have a good user for Eye of Scotty. I think Dagon's probably pretty good on Arc Warden. Alright, don't need these guys. Do need the Gyro. Use one more reroll if we found a puck. I'm actually just going to reroll down to 0. Don't find anything. Alright, let's scout out. Okay, so Tidehunter should be over here for this guy. Or actually should be like over here. Same, that's fine. And yeah, okay, so Tidehunter should be preferentially on this side because I don't want him to get like chain interrupted by this clockwork again. Sand King I think has like an instant cast. I don't think he has a cast time associated with it. I think it just happens. He doesn't need to like do like that little animation. I think. I'm not positive. But this worked out pretty well. Well, it's a little unfortunate we didn't actually get to hit this Tinker, so maybe it didn't work out all that well. Oh, no, it didn't. Ah, that's unfortunate. So I think we're limited here in fourth, unless the other person lost quickly. No, it was us. I think the Tidehunter positioning was correct. Unfortunately, was just a little bit short. We were so close to all those other upgrades, the Puck and the Viper. I think Puck and Viper both upgraded might have won that fight. It was so close, right? So close. But not finding those things up to 3-star just hurt us a little bit. Like I said, this game could have gone very differently if we'd taken a different approach instead of using Summoning Stone, or instead of using like the Mage build, which actually there's a lot of mages. If instead we had gone towards a Savages, Warrior, Summons build, maybe that would have it would have turned out very differently. I don't know if it would have been better or worse. But given the way the game played out, I'm happy that we got in fourth place. Remember when somebody was in second and they went out seventh in one round? So it was a very close game. I'm glad we at least got in the top half, even though I lost 1 rank point. Ugh. It's brutal when you get this high. You get fourth place and you're starting to lose. Luckily, I only lost 1. I've lost a lot more for fourth place. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And also, you can check me out on Twitch. I stream a couple times a week. Link is down in the description below. And it's at TinMan354, same name as everywhere. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.